Today I'm going to show you a diminished chord sweep run. If you're familiar with shred guitar music, you may have seen players like Yngwie using diminished chords from time to time. And also, if you're not that familiar with musical theory, one thing which you can remember, or you should remember when thinking about diminished chords, is maybe that each note in a diminished chord can be resolved to a note in the corresponding minor chord, for example. So if you're here, maybe you are playing, let me see, this one. And the final note, this one, can be resolved maybe to a C, which is obviously something in the C major chord or A minor chord. Or this note, it's the G sharp, can also be resolved to the A, which is also in the A minor chord, or it can be resolved to the G. Which is obviously in the C major chord. And there's one nice progression which you can use to connect 3-string or 4-string or arpeggios. And let's say if you are in the key of A minor and you have these 3-string arpeggios across the fretboard, maybe starting with this one. It's basically derived from this shape here. Then the next one would be here. It's this D minor shaped arpeggio. And the next one will be here. The next one will be here. And here. So we have these three different shapes. And always starting with the next note in the A minor chord. So the first one starting from C, next one starting from E, and starting from A, starting from C, and starting from E again. And yeah, of course you can do them. But you have always to make these huge steps from one position to another. And what people like Yngwie do is they're using the diminished chord shapes to connect these basic minor shapes, because they are lying in between the other ones. And yeah, the first thing which you have to recognize is that these shapes, of course, I'm doing it now over 3 strings, but you can do it over 4 strings, also over 5 or 6 strings. But just for the easier understanding, I'm using now the 3-string shapes. And if you play one in one position, you can always slide up and start from the highest note to the next position, or slide down. So they're always next to each other. It's always every 4 frets repeating, or every 3 frets. So I think you know what I mean. It's very easy to use these things. If you use just this diminished shape. By the way, this shape is For those of you who are not familiar with it, it's just the shape starting from 10th on the E string, 7th on the E string, 8 on the B string, 9 on the B string, and then 10th on the G string and 7th on the G string. So this shape. If you would go on to the D string, it would be the 9th on the D string, then the 11th on the A string, and the 8th on the A string. Okay, but back to the topic. You can use these things to connect the shapes of the usual minor arpeggios, and you have to know where they're starting. They're usually, if you are in this position, then the next shape of the harmonic arpeggios is just 1/2 step below, or 1 fret below the highest note. And so I would do this and this, and then slide up to the next one, which when you are in this position, it would be just then 3 frets higher. Then you're in this position. So from here, you have to slide only 2 frets to the next A minor position. So altogether, to come from this position to this one, using the diminished shapes, it would be just that. Let me turn off the delay. And then you can do the same thing again, but in this position, the next diminished shape is 1 whole step, so 2 frets below this position. So you have to remember this. This D minor shape is a little bit unique in this exercise, because from all the other notes here, it's always a 1/2 step down, and also from this one, it's also a 1/2 step down. Yeah. So in other words, starting from the root note, it's a 1/2 step down, then you get the next diminished position. Starting from the minor third, which is the C in the A minor chord, that's also a 1/2 step down. Starting from the 5th, which is the E in the A minor chord, you have to go 2 steps down. And you can do this all over the fretboard, for example, like that. Was down, of course, you can do it up too. So slowly. Oh, sorry. I will do it only one time. A little bit sloppy. It's easier if you play it faster, but just remember the starting note, because this shape is everywhere the same. It's everywhere the same, so it's very easy. You always have to think to which starting note you have to slide next. And yeah, be aware, this position, this D minor shape arpeggio, it forces you to go 2 steps down. whereas the other notes you have to go only 1/2 step down. Of course, it can be applied to any key, and also you can do it with the 4 notes, 4 strings, but it's a little bit more difficult. Usually I don't use it. Or at least not in the fast tempo. But they are very helpful if you want to if you want to shift positions, and also if you want to spice up your solos. So I hope this helps you to understand a little bit of this concept. And yeah, please check out my other videos about improvising, and yeah, maybe there's some videos where I also talked about diminished scales, or there are some nice other diminished licks which I showed you, or maybe I will show you in the future. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.